Good Thursday morning. Utah time is currently 5:12. We're undergoing big changes in our weather right now. That's thanks to a cold front that's now moving its way across the Beehive State, and it is a soggy start to things up in northern Utah. Now, not everybody in northern Utah is actively finding wet weather, but we're mainly seeing valley rain and mountain snow, with the heaviest moisture currently falling from Salt Lake County up through Weber County. A little bit calmer for those of you in eastern Box Elder County, but we're still seeing rain in Cache Valley. Well, as you make your way into the Wasatch back, at this particular time, we're likely seeing times of rain and snow as that snow line is dropping as the cooler temperatures are moving in. And here's what it currently looks like through Parley's Canyon. And that is a soggy go of things to start things off this morning. And here's what it currently looks like from Deer Valley. And you might be able to tell down below that Deer Valley is starting to pick up a little bit of snow as we look across towards Jordanelle Reservoir with those low-lying clouds. Let's go ahead and begin the futurecast, and we'll time things out for you as we go through today. So at 6 o'clock this morning, northern Utah is definitely going to be the emphasis of things. We're going to stay pretty active through at least the middle morning hours. This is 9 o'clock, and I do anticipate that'll probably be a little bit more active than what the futurecast is showing, just because we're going to have that northwesterly flow, but the cooler temperatures continue to find their way in. So from now through around 9, 10 o'clock this morning in northern Utah will be the best chance of wet weather finding you. Once we get into the afternoon, showers will become a little bit more isolated in nature, just because that cold front continues to move down to the southeast. Not as much forcing in the atmosphere, but even as we make our way into the early afternoon, still going to have a chance for a few showers along the Wasatch Front. Then as we go from late this afternoon into tonight, things should calm down a little bit. But with that northerly wind that we're going to have in place, it's going to be turning frigid tonight. Tonight we'll see temperatures probably the lowest that we will have seen so far this season, especially for us in northern Utah. If you're wondering about the southern half of the state, we'll likely see at least a few showers make their way south of I-70 today, but it looks like kind of Iron County might be the extent of that, and then that chance will be isolated compared to that good chance for showers up in northern Utah. With a little bit more energy in place across the southern half of the state, we could see some spotty showers while it'll be a little bit calmer up north, and then we'll see a second cold front arrive going into our Saturday. Here's a look at the snowfall accumulation more or less through today. And our mountains in northern Utah expecting some healthy accumulations, while if the moisture does hold on long enough, we could potentially see some snow down to the benches. Now, that is a big if, because the moisture, as we talked about, is going to be trying to move away once we get into this afternoon. But that snow level will continue to drop, and by tomorrow morning we'll be at the valley floor, but we're looking at dry conditions there, and then we're going to stay pretty cool heading through this upcoming weekend. But because we're expecting healthy snow in the mountains, we still have that winter weather advisory. That began at midnight last night and will continue through 4 o'clock in the afternoon today, with generally 5 to 10 inches with locally higher amounts. And through today, here's what we're expecting. In our valleys, expecting mainly rain, but if that moisture does hold on long enough in our benches, potentially some minor accumulations. Mountain valleys, including the Wasatch back, 1 to 4, 3 to 10 for the mountains, and in the cottonwoods, if that northwesterly flow really kicks in, we could see 6 to 12, and potentially some forecast models have indicated we could see a little bit more than that if everything comes together. Now, when it comes to our daytime highs in northern Utah, significantly cooler compared to what we've gotten used to. If you remember about 10 minutes ago, I was showing you a temperature of 52 in Provo, which means Provo, you're more or less at your daytime high today. We're going to see a daytime high of 48 in Salt Lake City, 44 degrees in Logan. In southern Utah, your cooler temperatures won't be as magnified, but we'll only see that high of 57 in Cedar City and 70 degrees in St. George. Then into tonight, that frigid air settles in. We have a freeze warning now in place from eastern Box Elder County down through the Wasatch Front and over towards Tooele and Rush Valleys, and the Uinta Basin, eastern Uinta Basin, is now included within a freeze warning, as overnight lows could drop into the mid and upper 20s. So make sure that you are prepared for the impending cold temperatures that are on their way in. In St. George, we'll be looking at partly cloudy skies for today. Just a slight chance on Friday and Saturday, but for the most part, looks like we'll stay mostly dry. However, in St. George, you will be looking at cooler temperatures, and with that second front arriving Saturday and a Sunday, how about a high in the upper 50s on Sunday? Nothing spooky about the Halloween forecast, but that temperature will be roughly 5 to 10 degrees below average. Then along the Wasatch Front, a good chance for showers through the first half of the day, dropping to 30 degrees tonight. Low 50s for our Friday. Then that second front arrives Saturday into Sunday. Highs back in the 40s. Overnight lows in the 20s before temperatures slowly moderate as we head into Halloween in the middle of next week, but still staying well below our seasonal averages. Let's go ahead and check